What's going on, guys? Will here, and since it's Monday, we got a game of Mystery Game Monday for you, and today I'm going to be playing some Mass Effect 2 for you guys. And I know I put up some live comms of Mass Effect, I believe, but I thought I'd bring this back, especially with E3 going on and all the announcements for Mass Effect 3. So today it's going to be just a little mission. I think it's called Finding the Scientist, something like that. And a lot of this is sped up because in the end it was like 30 minutes. So I cut a lot of the boring bits out and then I fast forwarded some of it, and it's still like 13 minutes, but I think it's still pretty entertaining, and you guys are going to be seeing me shooting some guys up, and hopefully that should be pretty entertaining for you guys. But mainly I wanted this to be a backdrop to talk about E3. Because that's opened up today, and already there have been a lot of really big announcements and some things that I'm really excited for. And I guess the first thing I should start off with would be Mass Effect 3, because it seems fitting since I'm playing Mass Effect 2. And I know a lot of you guys, because most people are Call of Duty players, so it's a big step for them to go from playing that to Mass Effect. But I love the Mass Effect series. It's a really good series, and if you guys haven't played it, you really should pick it up with Mass Effect 1, and I think you will fall in love with it. There is some really good action in it, and as you can see, I'm just blasting people with the sniper rifle, and it's a lot of fun. And so you get a lot of enjoyment out of it, and it's really cool because everything you do pretty much affects the storyline, and I think that's going to be a big part of Mass Effect 3. Sort of what you did in the first two games is going to affect what is going on in that game, and they showed a few previews for it, and it looked really good. And they were showing it with like Kinect, which I think is a little ridiculous. I think the whole thing they're doing with Kinect seems a little too much for me. I think all of us personally are still going to be playing all these games on controllers, because you're not going to be standing in your living room looking like an idiot, like trying to fire a gun or tell people where to go, especially if you're hanging out with friends. Do you really want to be going like, move up teammate? You don't want to be talking to yourself. It sounds really weird. So I think that's just something that really is not going to affect really the major gamers or the more hardcore gamers. I think that's something that's more going to be for the amateurs that are just playing it for fun and messing around. And I guess if that works for them, but I still think it's going to work great for us with the controller-based game. Now, they did make some more announcements about some of the changes coming with Mass Effect 3. One of that was, again, they're trying to make it more combat-driven. And I think that's a really good thing. It was a RPG to start off, but I think it's really good that they keep improving the action. Other little things, they said now you're not going to be able to mine planets anymore. You used to have to travel around and explore planets and mine them. They're saying that's not going to happen anymore. However, you're still going to be able to upgrade weapons, and in Mass Effect 2 in this game, when you're trying to upgrade things, you had to have mined certain elements, and that's what's pretty much how you paid for your upgrades. So I think this is a really good thing, because now you're not going to have to do that long and tedious mining to upgrade your weapons. That must come more with this story, and when you work through that, that's probably how you're going to get your upgrades. And maybe with money and stuff like that, which is, I think, is going to be interesting. They said there's going to be less characters, so now instead of just like 30 characters that you really don't care about, there's going to be more of them. More characters that you develop a deeper relationship with, which I think is pretty cool, and I think it's going to make the story a little bit better. And that's about it for Mass Effect 3. Now I'm going to move on to Modern Warfare 3. And I have to say, through what they showed, the graphics really have not improved. It looks alright, but when you get up and close to things, the details still are sort of lacking, and it still looks like Modern Warfare 2 graphics, so I really didn't see a major improvement in graphics, which is sort of too bad, but in the end, I think it's still going to be a fun game, and I'm still looking forward to play it. They really didn't show too much of it, so I don't want to really jump to conclusions saying what I think is going to be in it and what it's going to really be like, because they really didn't show too much of it. So hopefully as time goes on, we'll see a little bit more and get a better feeling for it. However, there is one thing I wanted to point out. They were doing a story-based demo, and I did see Last Stand in it. And I know all of us really want that taken out of the game. And we've all been crying for that for pretty much probably since COD 4. And it's really starting to piss us off. So I did see that in story mode. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be a multiplayer, but it's still a little bit frightening that we're seeing that. And they keep saying that they're listening to their players about the game. And if they don't take that out, then I really don't know what they're doing, because that perk needs to be taken out. So I did see that in the story mode, but that might not translate to multiplayer, and let's hope that it doesn't. So there really wasn't too much info on that. However, there was a lot of gameplay and footage for Battlefield 3, and I have to say, I just got really excited for that game, because everything they showed for it, I know you guys are probably going to hate me for this, but it's looking better than Modern Warfare 3 right now. The graphics on it are amazing. If you go and look up some of the trailers, if you didn't see it live, I mean, the graphics on it are absolutely ridiculous. They look great, and I know they're probably running it on like a really good computer, which is always going to look a little bit better than the console version, but still, I think the console version is still going to look really good. They showed both single player for that and multiplayer. The single player looked great. It was sort of a tank demo where you're driving the tank in the open desert, and that looked really great. The ground looked great. Smoke looked great. Explosions looked great. So everything was pretty much looking really good. Now with multiplayer, there were a few things that I saw added. They added the ability to go prone. In all the battlefields in the past, you've only been able to crouch, which is sort of a downfall, and it's great when you're able to crouch, and makes the game a little bit better, be able to be a little bit more sneaky. So they've added that. They still have all the explosions and buildings blowing up, which still look great. They got the vehicles still going on, which looks really good. They also had a really cool melee. I saw that one guy got knifed, and from the perspective of the person getting knifed, it looked really cinematic. So I think they're trying to upgrade everything, so it just doesn't look crappy when you get knifed or shot. It looks really good, and looks like some really good cinematic shots. So overall, I'm thinking that it's looking really good. I definitely got really hyped for that, and I definitely think you guys need to go and check out some of the trailers that they debuted for that, because to tell the truth, right now I'm a little more excited for that, and hopefully as more Modern Warfare 3 comes out, we'll be able to see what they're doing with that. And I'm going to get both games. I know a lot of people are sort of either they're going to get Battlefield or Modern Warfare 3. And until we get some more info on Modern Warfare 3, I don't think we're really going to be able to make that decision. But at this point in time, Battlefield 3 is looking really good. The graphics are looking great, and I love the ability to blow up the environment. I think that's something that they have a big advantage over than all the other Call of Duty or all the other first-person shooters. They're really the only ones that offer that, and they offer it really well. And so that's something I'm excited for. So some other games that are coming out, they were debuting Skyrim. They were showing some more of that, and that game's looking really cool. I know I played the shit out of Oblivion, and so hopefully this game is going to live up to that. They've added dragons, and from what they were saying, dragons, they're going to be not just some, like, there's 3 of them in the world. They're going to randomly appear like all the other animals and monsters in the game, which I think is going to be pretty cool. So I don't know how hard it's going to be able to beat them. But I think that's definitely a cool addition that they added, and it's definitely probably one of the better open world games out there, and it was probably one of the first ones that made it really good and made them fun to play. So I'm looking forward to that. Another title that Bethesda is putting out is a game called Rage, and I never heard of this game, and then I saw some trailers for it, and I got really excited. It looks really good. To try to describe it to you guys, it's an open world game. It seems like just like Oblivion and Skyrim is going to be. However, it's in a different time period. It's sort of, try to imagine the Old West, but in the future. So it seems like the world sort of was going, and then something sort of happened to make it fall to shit, and it sort of became the Old West again. So it looks really great. It looks like there's sort of like bandits out there that have sort of morphed. Maybe they've evolved with time, or something's happened to them where they've become sort of crazy, and that game's looking really, really cool. If you haven't seen that game, I suggest you go and check it out. You can see some of the really good gameplay of it, because it has really good graphics. Again, the graphics in that are a lot better than they are from what I've seen of Skyrim. So definitely check that out. You just have to type in, it's http://rage.com. So go and check that out. Check out some of the gameplay they have for that. That game's looking really good. So I mean, there's so many games coming out. We got that. We got Skyrim. We got Modern Warfare 3. We got Battlefield 3. I mean, it's getting ridiculous with the titles of all the good games out there, which really are exploding and making me really excited for this year. And also, they have some announcements on Halo, and that was that they were gonna revamp the first Halo story mode. And so they're really they improved the graphics on that. And from what they were saying, that the game's gonna play the exact same. The only difference is that the graphics have been drastically improved, which is a really cool thing. And then they have also improved, they've added a bunch of new levels and multiplayer levels, revamped those, and that's going to be playing on the Reach server. So it's not going to be taking people away from Reach. So that's a cool thing, adding more levels, which is always a cool thing. And that's about it. No, I'm joking. There's one more announcement for Halo. And I have to say, I sort of freaked out when I heard this. There is going to be a Halo 4. They debuted that, and I think this game is probably going to be the best Halo yet. It looks amazing, and I think they've had so much time to do this after Halo 3. They had Halo ODST, they had Halo Reach, so that's like 4 or 5 years to work on this game, and I think it's going to be amazing. It was a really cool trailer, and that's probably one of the games I'm most looking forward to. It's not coming out this year. It's coming out fall 2012, so we have that to look forward to next year. And that game's probably just going to shit on all the other games, because it seems like most of the good games are coming out this year, and then next year, that's going to be the big title that we're looking forward to. So, hopefully you guys are getting excited as I am with all the new games coming out, and hopefully you enjoy this gameplay. Mass Effect 2 and all this little news that I've been getting on the first day of E3. So keep looking forward to that. If you're not watching it, it's on Spike TV or G4, and you can watch it there. And so thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you guys later.